Hi, welcome to the channel. Today's video is about feminist and trad wife. We're going to check this video together, and I love your thoughts and your contribution in the comments below. Let's dive right in. This is a member shout out. Thank you so much for signing up to become a member here on this channel. Your love and support is immensely appreciated. And if you want to sign up to become a member here on this channel, do well to click the link in the description box below or click the join button beside the subscribe button to join to become a member here on this channel. Once again, thank you so much for signing up to become a member here on this channel.
I mean, there was an era where electricity didn't exist and the human race did just fine. That doesn't mean it's not a great thing. But also, if we're going to talk about what roles
do you think they
are
were
more
doing
important than
before that,
another
though?
one, if we're going to talk women, if women are delegated to second class whatever roles,
That's
those
not-
are okay. Well, if
All
you
right,
think there are
go
certain
ahead.
positions meant for women, and then we,
I'm not even saying that. But go ahead.
so
Go
you're
ahead.
saying nothing is then.
Just go ahead. Go ahead
Okay.
with your point.
If those are caregivers, nurturers, educators, are those not just as important as
Nope.
the physical aspects of this world?
Nope.
So if women are delegated to these roles, or if they're better at these roles, it's because they have specific traits that men don't, which is empathy, caring, love, whatever. And that's not to say men don't, but it's less.
no, that
and so what
wouldn't
if it's
entail
just
a
the
thing.
world of men who are in like the higher class levels? Then they what is it? A world of
wait,
like sociopaths?
higher class? Wait, what do you mean higher class levels?
I mean, sorry, like you said first class or first level, second
oh,
level.
you're going back
whatever.
to Andrew's argument.
Yeah, so when you're talking about traits, I'd reject your first premise where you say women are doing these jobs because they have traits which acclimate them to the job. So I just kind of reject that and say, well, no, I think that they do those jobs because they don't have the traits to do the other ones.
That's what you're assuming.
So then
though.
men are doing the roles that they're doing because they have better traits.
Well, they
but
have the
women just don't have any
capacity-
traits
they
that
have the
apply to
capacity-
any
Or they
position?
prefer it.
I'm
Okay, so
trying
then
to-
you're saying that
well,
women do the
Let me
nurturing.
answer the question. Hang on. Let me answer it. Okay? What I'm saying is that if you were to take away the idea that, it could be that women are only relegated to do these jobs because they have the best traits to do the jobs. I would just give the kind of counter response that no, they're relegated to do those jobs even though men can do those jobs because those are
Not
the
as
jobs
well.
that women are capable of doing, even though men are equally as capable of doing them. And by the way, I will go ahead and give you the benefit of the doubt that I'm wrong. All you have to do is give me a single job that you think that men are not just as capable of women at doing, and I will do the same with men to you. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, parenting, mothering, nurturing, educating.
What parent? Wait,
Educating,
I'm sorry.
definitely educating.
Hang on, I just want to make sure.
Anything that has a
One at a time, one at a time. So let's start with mothering, right? You would agree with me that women only do that job because they're the only ones who can be mothers, right?
yeah.
Okay,
Great, then
but
it
when
is.
you're talking about parenting, there's no way you're ever going to say that women are just better parents than men, or men can't do that job as well as women, right?
But
You would say that?
I would say yes. More fathers are absent than mothers.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that the capability of men to do the job of parenting is not equal to that of women.
How?
Oh, then a woman
Because
can easily
you're
do electricity.
you're making this kind of great conflation that because they can't. I'm making the exact opposite
So
argument.
because women don't go for these jobs, they can't.
No. That's a different argument. So your argument was if they're relegated to those roles by men, then they're relegated to those roles because men think that they're valuable in those roles because they have the traits that acclimate them to those roles. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying no, that men can easily do those jobs just as easily as they can do the jobs that they're in now, but the reverse is not true.
Okay.
So when you say parenting, I think that men are just as capable of parenting as women.
Okay, we can disagree.
You don't
But that's the truth. Men can be great parents as well. I mean, what? Let me even look at this question or use this analogy because most of the time you can even tell or see differences or difference with, and I just also think it's an individual thing, right? You can see the difference between how a single father would take care of the child and a single mother would take care of the child. Then the household most of the time is different, right? And in some cases, some rare cases, the man would not want to take care of the child alone. He would source for help to take care of the child, but still doesn't mean men aren't great parents. Who is telling you that men aren't great parents? Who is saying that? Saying that? Or men can't be great parents? What? What? For me, I just also believe it is an individualistic thing. It's not even about men and women, it's about an individual. Because if a man wants to be a great parent, he will. if a woman too wants to be a great parent or great mother, she will, right? So it's based on the individual per se, right? But still, men are as great parents as women, right? So who is saying men can't be great parents? Why?
Think they're just as capable?
So why is it that you
Wait,
think...
hang on. You don't think they're just as
Well,
capable?
I think just like you don't think women aren't as capable for certain positions, I think men aren't as capable for other positions
What?
that are equally as important
What?
that I just named.
What?
Educating, nurturing, parenting, literally
Why-
any
wait.
of these roles that you think are delegated.
You think
delegated
why?
to women.
Like
Well,
what?
then why do you think these other
Well,
positions
I'll
that
tell
men
you.
have
I'll tell
are,
you.
Tell me.
I'll tell you. But
Sure.
let's start. We already went over soldiering, for instance, right? And no, women are not just capable of men at soldiering. No, they're not.
I didn't say they were.
Now, I'm saying that's my example then. Your example. I would like you to give me whatever your evidentiary is that men are not just as good at educators as women. Let's look at professorships. Let's look globally at professorships.
Well, then let's look at
hang on. Let's
doctors
look
and
at scholars.
lawyers
Let's look at
and
doctors.
engineers that
Let's
have
look
had
at lawyers.
awards that
Let's-
are women.
Well, wait. I'm not disputing that women can do those jobs. Never disputed it. I'm just telling you that men can do them equally as good. And so if that's the case, I'm giving you counterexamples where women can't do this job equally as good.
Like sanitation?
So I really don't understand the equation, right?
And also in terms of parenting, if you look at the stats of single mother households compared to single father households, the single mother households are much more likely to produce criminals, to produce people who are mentally ill, to produce people who live in poverty, feminists, male feminists, and the like.
Male
The
feminists.
father isn't
Those
present,
motherfuckers.
and a
Personal
baby needs
experience?
both parents.
That-
No, this is
Wait,
statistics.
wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. Jake, can you give your concrete
See, that's a
concreting
great
example?
feminist counter. Actually, the great feminist counter is, well, that's because men aren't present. So all the data is coming from single mom households because there's so many of them to choose from. I agree with that. Actually, that's a great counterpoint.
Thank you.
The problem is that
Okay.
now we're able to. Now the court system has changed. Men are able to get custody of their children more. So now what we can do is we can look at the data of.
That's true. They struggle more in court.
Yep. So now we can look at the data of what happens when you grow up in a single father household versus single mother, and we can draw it 1-to-1. The outcomes are still better in a single father household than single mother.
Well, that's a very.
I think that's very
blanketed
opinion.
statement.
Wait.
No, 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 no.
Jake, do you
That
want to
is
give your
true.
concreting
It is.
example? Then I'm going to move it on to dating.
I was just going to say, do you guys like Barack Obama? Do you think he was a good president?
Yes.
By
Yeah,
the way, you can
well,
also find that
speak
data
politically.
that I just cited on the Substack of Rachel Wilson. She got all of it together so that you can see for yourself in single father versus single mother households how they fare differently.
Okay, I can look into that.
Well, it was Barack Obama who actually said that they're 20 times more likely to end up in prison. And I'm not sure the other statistics, but far more likely to end up in poverty and far more likely to end up in prison. Oh, no, in
But
prison,
why?
prison,
But why is
poverty.
that? So you're saying if you ended up single and you had a kid, your kid would be the most complete trash just because you're singly mothering
That's
him?
not what I'm saying.
That's a very
But that's what
extreme
you're
place to
agreeing
take
with
it
now,
to.
though.
It's just based off of actual numbers.
No, but like
These
you,
are
I'm talking
actual
about you though.
statistics.
You. If you were
You
a single
seem like
mother,
you'd be pretty happy in a world where women are just like pushed down and they don't really get to do whatever
you
they
wanna
want.
beg, you want to
I mean,
bow
yeah.
down to a guy?
You gonna
Yes.
take that?
Like, yeah, really?
It's in my faith
You
as a
want all
Christian
your
woman.
hardworking
horrifying.
money to go to
Can
a
we
man.
end this now?
The
I don't
feminism
think I should
in
be
this
working.
room is
Hold on a
That's
second. Hold on a second.
horrific.
Let
You
her.
think
Wait,
you
let
deserve
her.
the world.
Let her respond. You gonna take
I
that?
think that women, we compliment men very well, just like they compliment us very well. They're
Exactly.
excellent protectors, providers, and leaders.
So, but
and that's
you're
how they're
saying you're not
supposed
though.
to be.
They're
You're
half
not
finished
an
now.
excellent provider, leader,
Why should
lover.
I don't think that women should be the providers. I think men should be the
Okay,
providers.
Serena Joy.
I'm not saying you're the provider. I'm asking you if you feel like you should bow down to a man,
I
just
don't need
because
to
he
bow
gives
down,
you
but I
everything.
like
Do you
to
give
be
him nothing
submissive
though?
To my man, yes. That's what I believe in. That's what it says in my Bible. That says how I'm supposed to honor my husband, and he's supposed to love me just as you're supposed to love the church.
Throw
You
it
can
back at her.
honor your husband, respect him, but it should also be love towards from both sides. Like you should not feel like you need to bow down to a man,
It is love on both sides.
but you're bowing down to a man.
I'm not bowing down to him. I'm
You
complimenting
just
him.
said you would.
Can I cut in for a second?
Yes,
Who
please.
the fuck cares? Who cares?
I mean, if
about
that's how
I'm gonna
somebody
bow-
wants to
No,
live
no,
in
no,
their
no,
life.
No, not about you. Like, who cares if you're gonna bow down to a man or if you're gonna be the leader? Like, fuck feminism first off, because it is so annoying. Like, you can be a
Exactly.
woman. Listen, you can be a woman and support women's rights, but not put down men because of it. You're sitting there
That's not what I was
talking
doing.
shit about them. You are so sweet, but I'm pissed off. Like, it is just so aggravating. How are you
Wait,
gonna
into the
get-
mic, please. Into the mic.
Sorry. How are you going to get upset if she wants to bow down to her man because of her religion or how she feels?
I'm not getting upset. I'm just asking her a question.
Yeah, what you know about that? I think that was directed at you, by the way, what she said.
Yeah,
so
I know it was, and I said she was
Yeah.
sweet, but I'm still mad.
I think you should
What, are you gonna curb
take her to
stomp me?
task for
No, I
it.
will not.
Curb stomper.
Because at the end of the day, these feminists be like, oh, it has to be one or the other. Leave people, let them focus on their marriage. Leave people, because at the end of the day, let me be honest with you. These feminists will come here to tell you, oh, this is what they want to do, or this is how women should behave. And guess what? In their own marriage or their relationship, take a stroll to their marriage or to their relationship. If that is the exact same thing they practice, they don't practice. Most of them don't practice what they preach, which is really sad. And then they follow the lots of the other gullible women, follow them to say, oh, these women, they come online and they say these things. Let me just tell you, social media is not a real place. Social media ideology of what marriage is supposed to look like is not a real place. Lots of people forget that real life and social media are not the same. Somebody may put what or state what their opinion is about how marriage is supposed to be, relationship is supposed to be, and then others will be like, "Oh, just because this person said it, then that's how I'm gonna run mine." You're an adult. You have your brain to think for yourself. You have to do what works for you and your partner. Yes, the Bible already said, "The man be the leader, be the provider. The woman support your husband." So one person will not come and tell you, oh, because 50-50 works for them or for their marriage, then everybody should do that. No. There are some days you will not be able to complete your 50. That's why you need a partner that would understand that. And then you do what works for you or what works for your marriage. If somebody says they want to bow down to their spouse, that's what works for them. What is your business with that? If you have a problem with that, okay, to your tent. I really don't understand this mindset that every time, when this modern feminists hear this word submission, in their mind, it's like, how dare you? No, it is not even a woman's job or a woman's role to be the provider. It is not. It is not. Because guess what? Masculinity embodies or loves femininity. A masculine man wants to be with a feminine woman, not a masculine man being with a masculine woman. No, it doesn't work like that. Opposite attract.
We just disagree. I don't think you should ever feel okay bowing down to somebody.
That is your own opinion.
I'll drop it. Like,
Wait.
I don't want to attack you for that. That's your belief. And if that's your belief, I respect that. If that's what you believe, awesome.
Like,
and
do
I'll
you mean
drop
be
it.
submissive though?
Yeah. I mean, okay, maybe if that's who you are and who you want to be, then be that. I'm not going to attack that.
So you're like
I'm
50,
sorry for getting
you're
upset.
like down
I
with
think-
50-50 in a relationship.
Yeah.
So you'd prefer equality over chivalry?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it is nice that my boyfriend pays all the bills.
So first date, you split the bill.
He's providing.
You split the bill on the first date. Like you insist on splitting
I
the bill.
pay for some of the dates. Like, we go back and forth.
No. Okay,
Like,
let's
for
talk about
first-
first
for
dates.
first date,
How
I
many
mean-
first dates have you been on?
Not really like a formal first date. We just like.
Have you been
just, like,
to
hang out.
dinner? Have you been to a movie?
They
With
just
someone
hang
I've
out.
been in a relationship with for a while.
You've never been on a first date?
You just hang out.
Not really. I mean, I guess
just-
technically, yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. Like, yes, but not like. Yes.
What? Okay. Who paid?
I don't remember.
The guy, didn't it?
I'm sure for one of the guys or some of the guys. Not every single time I've been
How
on a
many
first
guys?
date they've paid. I don't know. I can't pull up numbers. I don't remember.
You don't. So you don't have a preference for men paying though.
No.
So you split the bill.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to last name, are you going to hyphenate your last name?
I would
if you
like
get-
to, yes.
If you get married?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want the man to protect you? Well, I think we actually
if
established.
needed, but in
Perhaps
other
not.
moments, if I'm able to do so, I'll do that.
Of all the men you've dated, who took the initiative, the romantic initiative?
The man. I'm not as romantic though, or.
Well, who took the
Sexually driven.
initiative?
What do you mean the
Who made the
initiative?
first move?
I did.
In all,
Not in
I'm
every
calling
single
you out
one
on
of
that.
them. Not in every single one of them.
Well, are you talking?
So you're saying just
in
because a
your-
man makes the first move, he's like,
That's a gender role. That's a gender role.
okay. Well, yeah, it is a gender role. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean it has to stick and be universal and stay.
A lot of men don't like that gender role because they feel like they're not getting romantic affection.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether men like it or not. Men have to operate in reality.
Exactly.
So I could have this sort of wishful thinking where, yeah, as a guy, as an average man, I wish I had the sexual and romantic attention, the same exact sexual and romantic attention as the average woman.
Pick someone up in like an hour. So.
Can you not interrupt, please? But that would be wishful thinking. Average men can't just wait around for women to make the move, right?
That is true.
So we have to operate in reality. The reality is men have to take the initiative. Men have to
Yes.
make the first move. We have to ask you out. We have to plan the date. We have to typically pay for the date. We're going to have to move things forward if we want some things. You disagree?
No, the comment.
He looked down at his arms and he's like,
Okay. So that's just the reality.
But a
for
guy
me.
who drove a Lambo told me to.
He's actually ripped, rich, and rare.
Yeah, he's ripped. Rich,
Not a
and
man of the world.
It's not my fault.
Again, these women claim they want to know what men think, how men think, and how to get the good guy or be in a relationship with a masculine man to understand the man better. But when a man speaks or tells you, okay, this is how averagely a man thinks or a man wants in a relation or what a man wants in a relationship, then these women be like, it's not true, it's not real. Like, what is wrong with these feminist brain cells? I'm trying to understand because majority of the time, these modern feminists, their brains is like, I'm not getting. It's like fried brain. Because why? If 50-50 is what works for you, Oga, go and find your 50-50 partner and stay there. Leave the ladies and the gentlemen to enjoy chivalry. If you say your job is to protect a man, fine. Go and protect your man. And leave those that want chivalry. Eh? Do you if you do, you should not be having a problem with that. Right? That's not how it works. You do you and be great, and you don't want other people to do their own and be great. What is your problem? It makes no sense at all. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video. This is a member shout out. Thank you so much for signing up to become a member here on this channel. Your love and support is immensely appreciated. And if you want to sign up to become a member here on this channel, make sure to click the link in the description box below or click the join button beside the subscribe button to join to become a member here on this channel. Once again, your love and support is immensely appreciated. Thank you so much.